So a while ago, I made this, which is a dog, but made out of stained glass. And for the most part, I'm happy with how it turned out. But what I would most like to improve on is the joints between the pieces of glass. So it's pretty easy to see that in between each of the pieces of glass, you get this divot. And in some cases, it'll even leave a visible gap in the solder because the pieces are trying to match up corner to corner rather than face to face. To show this a little bit more clearly, essentially, these pieces are coming together like that, unless you're making a flat piece where they're perfectly lined up like that. But in the case of three-dimensional pieces, you're always going to have some kind of angle, which leaves that gap there. So my initial idea had to do with this, which is a variable angle push jig for a table saw. But what you can do is if you unscrew this, you can change the angle. So I thought, well, you could probably pretty easily adapt this so that instead of it being, you know, changing an angle in a horizontal plane, instead changing an angle in a vertical plane. So the idea here would be you have the glass grinder, you got your glass grinder bit here, you have this platform here, and then that has a slotted piece kind of like this. And in that slotted piece, you have the platform. And then what you can do is you can change the angle of the platform by just loosening the screw and sliding it inside this slot. All right, let's go make this model and see if we can get it to work. Okay, so full disclosure, that animation took me longer to figure out how to make than actually designing the whole thing. But I think we got it. So now the hope is this platform will be able to pivot up and down like this. So let's go try and make it. That's awesome. All right, we got all the pieces here now, so let's see how it works. This will go here. Now, take our little knobs and screw those into these holes. And this can slide back and forth, so I can adjust how close it is. So now this is nice and in place. This is free to move back and forth. And finally, we'll test it. Now, I want to set this to, I think 45 is probably a good starting point. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Right there. And that looks like it's right between 40 and 45 to me. It's definitely angled. That looks like it's between 40 and 45 to me. Okay, so now we have two pieces, both allegedly grinded at 45 degrees. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty good. Obviously there's still a little bit of a gap, but it's much better than what I was doing before. What I was doing before was this. I mean, look at how bad that is. Now, what's that? Alright, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So let's go make something else. See you later.